the Cardinals. It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. A new season is officially underway. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Looking to throw right away. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
They run. It's the rookie from Louisiana. He finds space for a few yards that time. Audio Carrique making that stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Sanders now on 3rd down. He throws a bullet to the center of the... And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals have an early opportunity after the interception on the game's first series. Well, we all know everybody wants to avoid an opening drive 3 now, partner, but given how that one just went, an opening drive punt probably doesn't seem too bad right now.
No, I think everybody on that sideline would co-sign, especially the quarterback, and you also now give life to this defense and their offense that runs on the field.
That's 16 on the pickup. And it's going to give the Cardinals a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's the give to Irving. We'll get about 6 on this run, and more importantly, Brock gets him into the red zone. Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
Right back to Irving now. And he will carry this across for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Man, this offensive season has barely begun, and they are already, Brock, celebrating in that end zone. I mean, still basically a full 17 games to go, but so far so good.
Yeah, pay off all of that offseason work. The OTAs, the mini camps, get into preseason, training camp, all of them. You can't do it much better than that.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Brandon Jones up for the stop.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gives you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. A 6-yard gain on the play. And that's a Browns first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Browns.
Hey, kids, let's go now.
Out of the gun, here's Sanders. Finds him over the middle. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. A pickup of 17. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, and sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
He gets this to Harold Fanning Jr. complete. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. They've got first down here from the 36.
Here we go. Set. 70 Timberwolves. Buffalo 18.
Operating from the gun. Here's Sanders. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
They'll go play action for Sanders. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Cooper caught the intended receiver. And things look tougher now with third and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Third and long. They're going to throw. Completed over the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Browns first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They send him over right. From the red zone on first. He's going to go down. The Cardinals got to him. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's second down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Now for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there can be more interceptions.
19 Lions.
Third and long for him here. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So that brings up fourth and long. And a field goal try coming up shortly from the Browns. This from 40 on the right hash.
It depends on the kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Cardinals into formation. It's first and 10. Drive begins with a run by Irving. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up second and 7.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7. Operated from the gun. Here's Murray. Has him on the quick hitter. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. A 28-yard pickup there. And it's good enough for an Arizona first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Escapes the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
This is Irving on second. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Going to the ground again on first. And the big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of them on that run. We're through one quarter of this opening weekend of football. 7-3 is our score. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Back and ready now for the second quarter. It's Cardinals football. They have it second down, well inside of field goal range. From the gun, it's Murray. This throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
On the give, this is Irving. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Cardinals now lead by 10.
I just love seeing the approach of this entire offense, not settling for anything. Yeah, this running back, he's finding the end zone through the running lanes. Let's give a tip of the cap to the big boys up front because they are setting the tone. 2 drives, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Browns 3.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Returning it from the 4. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Play action, Sanders. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Harold Fanning Jr. with that one. And now they face second down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. An incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Working out of the gun, Sanders. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
A throw right side finds Cup. He's going to be brought down right at the 35. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Here's the backup. First throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Back to the air here on second. Sanders finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield down inside the 45-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 from the 43. Sanders setting to pass. Finds the in route complete. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
It's on the in route. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
Forced out to his right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
With each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to work ahead for a couple here. It's third down now.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns make it a one-score game in the first half. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Browns cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Fielded at the 7. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's first and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Murray. Short pass brought in. Finds a seam. Left side. He's off to the races. He does it. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals now lead by 10. Trey McBride, the touchdown. Brown now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Cardinals drive their lead to 11. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go, set. 52 close.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. On the move, headed right. They connect on the deep shot. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, first down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive jump. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Next on the crosser. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. So that's going to take us, Brock, to our 2-minute warning of this first half. More from State Farm Stadium after this. All set now. First and 10.
Ready, set.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every whole home run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra, block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late. This could have been much, much more exciting.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Here we go. Black 40. Grill green. Cut, cut.
Trying to throw this from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Come on, set. Red, yellow, red. Ready?
Here he goes, 3rd and long. It's complete. Play made by Cup. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns make it a one-score game before halftime. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Now the 2nd time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a 2nd home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Fielded at the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Cardinals into formation. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Murray. Into the hands of Pickett. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a 1st down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Kyler throwing here. That one's complete, right side. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on the drag route run away. You see zone coverage set up.
And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Cardinals will add to their lead at the end of the half. Brown now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Cardinals make it a 10-point ball game. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return starts at the 3. Showing a little burst so far. And not a bad place for them to start, up past the 30-yard line. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Chased out to his right. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Here comes the final play of our first half.
Black open. Black shot. 60 red. 60 red. Set.
Back to throw it. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Shades of the 2009 Super Bowl. They're going onside kick to begin the second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore. But he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. Irving on the inside give. He has room past the 25. Again, he's got room. And he will carry this across for the Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals grow the lead coming out of halftime. Brown now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals take a 3-possession lead. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Fields this one at the 3. They get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
Ready.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. That's caught. Here's Quinshawn Judkins. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on 1st down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. So a gain of 30 yards on that play. And that's going to be good for a Cleveland 1st down. Operating from the gun. Here's Sanders. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You want throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Looking downfield, and Fannin has it. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready.
Sticking to the air here. Brought in close to the 8. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns start the second half with some needed points. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Wangu now to return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. We give to Irving to start this drive. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Operating from the gun. Here's Murray. Fits it through the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Running left. This is Irving. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That one intended for Trey McBride. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line. Murray on 3rd down. Caught, nice gain left side. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. They get 23 on that one. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down. New set of downs for them from the 31. On first down, they're going to run with Irving. And he picks him up about 4 yards there. Second down coming up.
You know, kid, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Throwing from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. Give your quarterback a chance.
3rd down, give to Irving. Ooh, this one does not have a chance. They were ready for that one, and the effort brings up 4th down.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
4th down, here's Murray. He finds him beyond the marker. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Brown now for the extra point. He connects on the extra point try. And the Cardinals push their lead to 18. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Hits him on the out route. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Ready. Yellow, 22. Hut.
Here's a throw. Completed over the middle. And he is stopped with authority there. But that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. Shotgun hands off here for Dunkins. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same athleticism comes to life. It's a pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. He's going to throw this one. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. You've got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Down. Set.
3rd and long for him here. Buys time, rolling right. Throws this one deep down the right side. This is caught inside the 15. It's a massive 35-yard pickup. First down.
If only every completion could get that kind of result. That's good enough to knock a defense flat on its back.
From the gun, Judkins. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Here's a design run. Ooh, and he's not going to score, but they're just a yard away now as this sets up 1st and goal.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns get it back to within 2 possessions. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. Great hard field quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. And the Cardinals' hands team secures the football. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Cardinals into formation. It's 1st and 10. They give to Irving, left side. The drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 32. They'll run this with Irving. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Now Murray. Looking right, and he finds it. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals semi-likely locked up the win right there. Brown now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cardinals go up by 19. The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Sanders. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to be brought down up the 28-yard line.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Caught by his running back, Judkins. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that's a Browns 1st down.
Let's go.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Browns
Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
When you throw that comeback route versus zone, you have to see the underneath defenders. It's frankly easier, Kate, to throw it versus man-to-man. You know where everybody is. But in zone, you better trust your eyes underneath. And when you do, there's completions like that to be had.
Connects on the crosser. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. 2 possessions. They'll go for 2 here. Sanders bringing the Browns to the line.
Here we
The
go.
Browns will line up for the 2-point
All
conversion.
right, they're going to throw for it. And he can't bring it in. They don't get the 2 points.
You know, no sense in piling on. Pretty clear for everybody to see. He knows he should have had that one. Just didn't watch it in the whole way. And it leaves 2 points on the table.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Now a carry by Irving. Shoves one away. And he's going to be escorted out right along that 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Got him the 1st, now Irving on 1st. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand and thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road for what looked like a very plain play.
It's the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Cardinals looking like they'll start this season with a win. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Right back to Irving now. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Omaha.
To the air on 3rd and long. Into the hands of Harrison. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down to that 17-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And it's good enough for an Arizona 1st down. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Browns' 15-yard line.
Once again, Irving. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you could live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
There's one that's about 4, but he's still well shy of that marker. It's 4th down.
Humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
So the Cardinals pick up the win in this one. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.